Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. Strangle your demons and let's go.
Y'all need Jesus!
Beaten waffle can't take much more. You know the rest of the song. Man, we're going to keep singing it as these podcasts go on. Welcome to episode 4 of the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast from the bustling metropolis of China, Texas. I'm your host, Eric Hellberg. Hey man, like I've said, we're like Einstein on here. We have no special talents. We're just passionately curious about how the hell we got here, because it's about all issues pertaining to men, where we are on our journey and how it is we are going to get better. Why do we need to get better? Everyone has a hole in their soul. They know it. They try to fill it with all kinds of inordinate things of junk. Stuff that isn't good for us. Like makeup, stuff that conceals and hides. Man, we're chasing for truth. But what is truth? There is one absolute truth. We are going to proceed along that path and we are going to get there. But a lot of times, we're just listening to opinion. Am I giving opinion? Absolutely. You're just listening to the opinion of a fallen man. Lord willing, my opinion, and what I've learned to do over time, is simply talk about things that I have direct experience with. And direct experience in something that has been consistently applied and or encountered. And therefore, I now have a template by which to address that. Otherwise, why would you listen to a fallen man's opinion? What is it that we're truly here to do? Debunk success. I mentioned success last episode. We are here to throw that sucker out, man. This ain't no Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich. Great book. This ain't no Dave Goggins, Keep Running. Yeah, he's a badass mofo. Great. But oftentimes these men, and I'm not talking about these two, I'm talking about a concept. You see it. You've ignored it because you may be successful already in your own right. But you've ignored it. I know I did. The world gave you adulation, said you were good. Therefore, what did you do on the other side? And is that good enough for you? How many men are born, grow up, and then pursue something and achieve a modicum of, notoriety in that given endeavor or field, and they do it alone? Do they have a girlfriend? Better yet, did they commit? Turn that young lady into a wife, a spouse? Live out a life with them? Bear children? I said it last time. Anyone with intestinal fortitude, as we used to say in the Army, can get after a given task, bust it, and be the best. Hell, from the cars we drive and the tires that spin round and round to the toothpaste we use, all that crap was developed by someone who toiled and sacrificed at the expense of their families and their singular wholeness as men and individuals. Let's debunk that crap, unless it doesn't mean anything to you. Are these loved ones in our lives just accessories? You just pull them out and show them off when you need them? Okay, I'll put this necklace on. I mean, my wife likes earrings. I'm going to put these earrings on right now. Okay, all right, okay. Are we all narcissists? Narcissist. Oh, another narcissist. No, I don't think so. We're a product of this culture, man. It's a self-serving culture, especially as Americans. If there still is even an American identity. It's forced upon us because of the constraints that we have to contend with. Oftentimes we create those constraints in our pursuits. If you look at my mentor in this podcasting journey, Sam, that was his epiphany. I've got to get out. My family is suffering. And he had it made according to the world. But he realized he actually had nothing. All this is an eclectic amalgamation of pulling from here and there and trying to get to the end result. And that end result is going to look different for everyone, but we share a lot of commonalities here. That's why I like the Sean Ryan show. He's got a great show. And he was in the SEAL teams. But to paraphrase him, he wanted to eventually have a family. He didn't want to come home to a black lab. And that be the height of his relational experience. We were built for relation. And in order to have good relationships, we have to have a good relationship with ourselves. Oftentimes, that is what is lacking. And it is always going to be lacking with our loved ones. That is what we need to conquer here. And that is why I like his show. I am watching him grow. And that is our goal. I want to grow. I need to grow. So let's do it communally. Let's do this together. Let's all embrace the fact that we have lived and we all are perfectly imperfect, and that is okay. Let's go back to when we were kids. Humpty Dumpty, right? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men could not put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Dang, man, was Humpty Dumpty prophetic? All the king's horses and all the king's men? So the kings, the utmost leaders of this world, couldn't do anything for Humpty Dumpty? Nah, man. They couldn't, and they cannot. They cannot put you back together again. For me, my wife and I were talking, and this was a few years back. We said, life's been pretty good. But my wife looked at me and said, Eric, isn't there more? Can't we truly have more? And what was more for us? And what is more for you? For me, it was to be known. To know myself so that I could in turn truly know my wife and know my children and know their souls. After all, a man leaves his mother and father and cleaves. In some cases, that's a violent process. But that's what we all want to be, is truly known. And you think the rat race is going to let you be truly known? That's just going to make another rat, dude. So be unquenchably, that's better, right? Unquenchably thirsty. Drink and soak it up until you and your family are satisfied and there's joy. Do not be an idiot like me and be a lone wolf who's simply going to put his head down and crash through something, figure out a way around it. Do not be a solo lobo, or you will end up alone. Find a mentor. Sit at their feet. Learn. Keep growing. And if they're not letting you sit at their feet, keep chasing them. Keep finding out. Does this message have meaning for you? It does for me. I am on that quest. I want you right here beside me. Subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos podcast. As we go along this journey, we're not going to leave any stone unturned, and nothing is going to be off limits. Men need help. Men want more. And as men go, society goes. I'll be back with you guys soon. Subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos podcast, and thank you so much.
Until next time, like and subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos podcast.